Hi YouTube, I'm going to share something really personal with you guys. I'm usually not the type that likes to run my mouth and cause things or cause trouble. I was never the popular girl in school. Um, this is just something I gotta get off my chest. As you guys know, the messages that I put online from that guy that messaged me and said all that other stuff, and well, apparently my family got involved and texted him too and tried to stop matters, because it really got out of hand. He wouldn't stop texting me and bullying me, pretty much. Yeah, he did apologize and everything, and he's probably watching my video right now that I'm making. Well, anyways, one night I got bored and I got on a chat room. And I was on my laptop and I thought it would be fun, to meet new people, because I didn't really have friends to where I lived or anything. I really had nobody. The friends I had that I thought was my friends were like no good for me, and everything, and this is really hard for me to talk about, but I got to, I got to tell you guys. So I got online. I met this guy, his name was Lewis. I normally don't say no names on here. And we became good friends and we started talking and he became my best friend, and I mean we were like this, and he lived in California, LA. And we got to talking and everything seemed fine at first, right? Like, and then it got to the point to where he got obsessed with me and everything, and sorry about that. And he fell in love with me. I mean, I got this gift where I can just talk to someone like for maybe 5 or 10 minutes on the phone, and they just love me, They like my personality, they like who I am as a person, and I mean, I told this guy everything, and I thought he was my best friend, and everything, and pretty soon, like, he started putting me down, started saying negative words. He got really aggressive, really obsessive, We started texting on the phone, and when I didn't reply back, he got mad, or like said things. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that sometimes the people you meet online, they're really dangerous, I never thought that I would be bullied. This guy was 35 years old, and it got really out of hand. I mean, the text messages and everything, and it got so bad that I had to change my number, and I just don't want somebody else to go through that, and I don't want them to feel like they need to end their life, you know. Everyone is important, so I know sometimes I don't take my advice, and I should, you know. I tell other people things, and then I do the opposite, you know, and everything, but no one deserves to go through what I went through, and the harassment. I mean, that's not even cool, and one thing I gotta say is, them kind of people, they're not your friends and everything, and I mean, it just got like so crazy to the point where like I felt like he was stalking me, you know, like, and no one should feel like that, and it just drained the life out of me. It made me feel, you know, worthless, you know. It really changed my life around, being bullied. So, one night, I said, enough is enough, and I drugged overdose, and went to bed, and I drugged overdosed on Zoloft because I had depression, like, from where my sister had found out that I was cutting and everything, and I didn't know how to deal with losing my grandma, and I didn't know how to deal, you know, with like being bullied or I mean, I didn't have, you know, I only had like family to talk to about it and everything, you know, and it got hard, and I didn't know how to live without my grandma. I mean, because she was the only friend that I had, you know. So I just want to let you guys know that don't just talk to someone because you feel lonely. Make sure that person is the right person that you're talking to, because sometimes the things you say to other people, it can go online, you know. I wasn't just I was cyber phone bullied. I was cyber bullied throughout the internet. It really hurt, but I got better. I take antidepressants now. I'm changing my diet around, and I'm trying to lose weight and everything, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about what happened. That was emotional time for me, and it is really hard to talk about, but I want to let you guys know that you're not alone, for people going through this. And well, my grandma, she had cancer, and I first found out that she had cancer, we were living in an apartment, right? And one of my family members, they had to hug me because I cried. My grandma was like my mom, you know, my best friend. And so it's been about 8 months, I would say, since she's been gone. It's been a while ago and everything. I pretty much helped my grandma, like, cause I mean she was sick and I helped her through bath time and using the bathroom and everything. And I just want to tell my story to you guys. So her cancer came back, but this time she couldn't go through chemo. She couldn't do it, because the doctor said if she did, there's chances for her age that she would not make it. Well, I'm so happy that God let me spend, you know, the last time with her for my graduation. Like, she got to see that in my graduation party, and everything. Even though she couldn't go to the graduation thing, to where we got on stage and got a diploma and everything, and I got my last picture with her and everything. But one night, I was in the bathroom helping my grandma, and I pretty much knew that she wasn't gonna make it because of the lung cancer. It was really bad, and the doctor had said that she wouldn't make it anyways. So we were talking, and I got in an argument with her, and I said things, and she said, well, I can't do this right now, and everything. I'm sick. And I yelled at her, and I told her, well, you don't have much longer to live. And I wish that I could take it back. I really do. Because words are words. I mean, once you say them, you don't know how much you have affected that person and everything. And I mean, by the time it got out of my mouth, you know, I didn't even realize what I had said, and it bothered me for the longest time. I've struggled with this. I'm in everything. So I helped her into bed, and so did her daughter, and she looked so bad that we were going to call the ambulance that night because she could barely get into bed. And so we finally got her in bed, and the next morning, my sister came over, and her mouth, she was just laying there, and she had poop, and she had peed herself, and it was just a mess. And so we called the ambulance. They got her, and she was barely breathing when she got to the ambulance. In the ambulance and in the hospital. And I mean, we had cleaned her up the best way we could in the bed. I mean, before she went to the hospital, anyways. And she had a vaporizer to help her breathe. That it looked like Darth Vader, you know. It kind of went on your face. And it helped you breathe better, of course. And she got in the hospital, and I was in the room, and she looked really horrible, you know, and I knew, so as we're in the room, the doctors put the BiPAP on, and they say, well, this is the only thing keeping her alive. And the first thing that entered my mind is, they gotta be joking. No, my grandma is a fighter, you know. She isn't gonna die. Sorry, it brings me to tears a little bit. And everything. I mean, my sister is crying, and it was really awful. Sorry. So the So everyone came to the hospital to see her because and everything. And I remember at that point that hospice was in there, and her sister's had came, and hospice had to tell one of her sisters that she was not gonna make it, and she just bawled. She just left the room, and she got really, really, really upset, you know. Who wouldn't blame her, you know, that's her sister, and everything. And I remember, my grandma said in a painful way that I love you. And, I mean, you could barely understand it because it was just the pain and the thing that had came out of her voice. You could just hear the pain coming out of her words. And she reached for my hand, and I pulled away, and I still regret it to this day. And everything, I don't know. Maybe I was mad at God. Maybe I just didn't know how to show my emotions. Well, on the 6th, she wanted to be released. She wanted to come home because she hated the hospitals, and everything. Who could blame her, you know? So that same day, I had a dream that my grandma was coming home in a hospital bed, and she passed away. That was my dream, and that I wouldn't smile or I wouldn't laugh again. Well, I thought it would. I mean, when you dream, sometimes you think, oh well, you know, these are dreams. but you never really want your dreams to happen. Not like that. So, she comes home and everything, and I was up, and we all went in the room to go talk to her, and her heart stopped. She died right in her room, in her bed. And so I couldn't cry. My cousin couldn't cry. Either. The funeral came, and I didn't show no emotions. I think I blame me because I dreamed that she died, and I grieved. After that, like, I felt like my family pretty much fell apart, that a huge hunk was just missing in my life, and she wasn't gonna be there, and it sucked. And everyone kept asking me, are you alright? And then I started cutting. I started hiding it from my friends, my family. And I trusted one of my friends, which he wasn't really a good one. And he finally messaged my sister on Facebook and said, oh, she's cutting. You need to help her. And my sister thought he was joking. And I showed her, and she about lost it and just bawled her eyes out. And then I started going to the doctors, and I went, and they described me Zoloft, and I thought my life was going to get better. Like, I thought I was going to really get better, and I didn't take the prescriptions like I should have, and then drama started happening around my trailer park, and it didn't get any better. I was in an abusive relationship to where the guy had bit me and had hurt me, and you know how guys can be, it can be the same way with girls, how people just like to use each other, and that's what kind of relationship it was. And I got fed up, so finally I just left him one day. I mean, he just used me for money and to buy him stuff. That's all he wanted, and I was in a situation to where if one day we were in Walmart and he wanted a game, and I kept avoiding him, and he wanted me to buy it, and finally he just walked out of Walmart and left me. And then I went out to the parking lot and called my sister and told her, and I guess she got upset about it and everything. And then he came back, and I still got the game for him and everything, which was not smart, It was a pretty bad relationship. I didn't even know I was in abusive relationships. One of my good friends had to tell me, oh, you're in an abusive relationship. You need to get out of this. It was a really hard time for me. Especially, it was really tough. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was a real nightmare, and I've had guys hold me in the past, like physically. I was physically held at 15 by a guy that I knew at my school, and it really changed my life around as a person, and but now that I think about it, it made me stronger, and it helped me realize that not everyone's good and not everyone's bad, and that you can't trust everyone. And it took me a while to get over it, and I still have issues with trust and everything, and I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It's probably the hardest thing that I ever had to go through. So finally, after I got out of the abusive relationship, I moved to my cousin's, got out, and everything. So I wouldn't take a soul off because I thought it was going to change me as a person, and finally my cousin talked me into taking it, and I took 8 pills and drug overdose on Zoloft. Went to bed. And that wasn't the first attempt. The first attempt was that I drank Mouthwash. And I called one of my best friends because I looked so bad. Of course, he came over to help me, but we're not really friends anymore, of course. And everything. And so so anyways, I thought that I had gotten better, which I knew I hadn't, and it didn't stop there. So finally, I got to the point where I got addicted to Mouthwash and to drinking it, that I went into a store, bought Mouthwash and Advil, and it was Advil PM, and I took 4 of them and drunk it with Mouthwash instead of water. And I was with my cousin and his friend, and I about had a seizure and hit the ground. And it was probably the scariest thing that I ever had to go through. And I don't even remember I remember it, but I didn't even know I was hitting the ground until my cousin said, "Don't fall." And my heart stopped, and my mom's soul came to me and said, "It's not your time to go." And everything, and my heart stopped a few times, I did stupid things with pills and with Mouthwash. And let me tell you guys something. when you mess with drugs, it's dangerous. I could have died that day. I could have died. And I didn't. And I'm one of the lucky ones. But not everyone is so lucky to survive that. And you know what? Don't try what I did. You have every reason to live. You have a reason. Because God put you on this earth for a reason. He made you different and beautiful for a reason. God didn't make everybody the same. We're all unique in our own way. Trust me. And we will all find our own way. Life is hard. But when you fall, you gotta get back up. Sometimes you gotta be that voice that is heard. When you see someone struggling with a drug overdose, pay attention. If you see them ever being dizzy or having seizures, pay attention to that person. Don't leave them there. And for parents, this is how you can tell that your kid is drug overdosing or has a drug problem. When they're dizzy or they're pretty much you just pay attention to the signs. Because if you don't, you might lose your kid. Most people don't know that I was still doing it. That's how much they paid attention. But I know that my family cares. But I'm clean now. And I'm here to say that keep fighting. I did. I made it. Bullies are going to be bullies. Everyone's going to judge. But we all can't be the same. If I was the same and everybody was the same, then life would just be plain boring. Not everybody wants to be the same. And you know what? I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But maybe I survived to tell you guys my story. Nobody has it that bad that they need to end their life. Be the person that rises above and show others, hey, I can do this. Don't let other people knock you down. And don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't be afraid to get things off your chest. And you know what? I still struggle every day on losing my grandma. I still have depression. I still got this hole in my heart. I still miss her. There's days I get so emotional. I still won't cry in front of my family. But that's alright. Because I'm grieving in my own way. And if anybody wants to talk, or they've lost someone, I'm here. I've been through it. But don't end your life because you're being bullied or you miss someone. Because someday you're gonna meet up with them again. And just think how your family's gonna feel if they lose you. Well, I wear bracelets. One of them says, I love the haters. And then this one says, stomp out bullying. And what it means is, I love the people who hate me, that don't like me, and that have bullied me. And that the other one means that I don't like bullying. Let's all stomp it out. And let's all try to get along, even though it's tough sometimes. And I really hope that you guys liked my video. And don't do what I did. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Please. You are worth it. Trust me. You're worth it. You really are. Don't let people knock you down. Be stronger. And thanks for watching.